Parent labeled me selfish after I covered their expenses for years, then handed me a milkshake despite knowing my lactose intolerance. So I terminated all 14 automatic payments for 2 decades. My family branded me as selfish. They never realized I had quietly shouldered every single one of their bills for 750 straight days. It began when I was just 10. My mom, Karen, instructed me to forward $90 from the $120 I earned at a garage sale to my brother Ryan, insisting that holding onto it would make me selfish. That label stuck like glue. Decent report card. Selfish for not tutoring my brother. Bought myself a small treat. Selfish for ignoring the family's needs. My first reliable paycheck arrived 3 years ago. That very week, Karen rang me in tears. They faced eviction. Ryan had lost yet another position. Karen's partner, Rick, had walked out, and they required $3,200 to stave off homelessness. "But I know you won't lift a finger," she sobbed. "You're too selfish to worry about your own blood ending up on the street." Tired of funding everything while enduring the selfish tag, I transferred the money anonymously, never revealing my role. Everything unraveled on my 28th birthday. I showed up at their place excited, carrying details of a passive income opportunity for Ryan that could provide long-term security. Ryan opened the door and said, "About time. Did Mom mention my laptop crisis?" "No, happy birthday, just that." I stood there puzzled. He eyed my hands, which held nothing. "My MacBook died 4 months back, and Mom promised she'd ask you to buy me a replacement as your birthday gift to me." "You actually forgot? How selfish are you?" Karen appeared beside him. "Your brother has needs, and you're only concerned with yourself." They stood in the doorway of the home I funded, wearing outfits I purchased, ready to devour meals I provided, yet hurling selfish at me. They had no clue. Karen had shared spa getaway pictures online the previous month. Ryan splurged on a fresh gaming rig while mocking me for sticking with the same car for 6 years. Mom added, "Your brother just got fired again. How are we supposed to get by if you refuse to support your family?" If only they knew who had truly shielded them from destitution for the past 2.5 years. Then came my birthday gift, a Burger King milkshake voucher. They were fully aware of my lactose intolerance. After 30 months of draining my funds, this was their offering, a coupon for something that would harm me. I needed air. I exited first. In my car, gripping the wheel until my knuckles paled, I decided they would learn the truth. Returning to the driveway, my legs wobbled, but my resolve was firm. "Hey, Ryan," I called as he answered again. My tone was unnervingly steady. "Quick query, who covers your cell phone bill?" He answered, Rick," as if the question was absurd. My pulse thundered in my ears. "Curious. And the gas, medical coverage, those $120 weekend meal kits?" His expression shifted. Bewilderment surfaced. His smirk faltered like a flawed calculation. "And Mom," I pressed on as she approached, my volume rising. "Who handles the mortgage here, the auto insurance, that power bill that's always on time?" Silence descended, thick and oppressive. They exchanged glances, minds racing to connect the dots of 2.5 years' deception. Karen's lips parted, shut, then parted again like a distressed creature gasping. "Wait," she murmured, color draining from her face. "But you told me Ryan handles it." Ryan's voice cracked adolescently. "And you said Rick." The revelation hit hard and bittersweet. Their eyes widened, faces ashen as the impact landed. The selfish daughter they'd belittled, demanded from, and insulted had been their savior. Every dollar, every transaction, me. Karen whispered, "You've been—" I cut her off. I pivoted and departed, leaving them stunned at the threshold, their reality fractured. Glancing back, I grinned. "Oh, and Mom, I'm ending it all, unless you grant me one request." "I'll do whatever," she begged. "Then join me at the link below, Mom. That's where the full tale continues." I dashed to my vehicle, snatched my phone before hesitation crept in. Fingers trembling, I nearly fumbled it twice while opening the cloud drive. The directory, Family Costs 2023 to 2025, contained every invoice, statement, and recurring payment proof, organized monthly. I documented it all, unsure why, perhaps sensing this moment loomed. The subtotal at the base twisted my stomach. I selected share, copied the link, and texted it to Karen. My heart pounded as my thumb lingered over send for 10 seconds. It went through. Delivered appeared. I ignited the engine and drove off, glancing in the mirror like a fugitive. 5 minutes later, notifications exploded. Karen's name topped the list, followed by Ryan's. Knuckles white on the wheel, I routed every call to voicemail. The device vibrated furiously in the holder like a trapped insect. 25 minutes on, I reached my building with 9 missed calls and voicemail alerts. Pausing in the lot to breathe, I entered, water gulped down, refilled, then collapsed on the sofa. Voicemail glared. After another sip, I played the initial one. Karen wailed in disbelief, questioning the validity. Why conceal it? How dare I keep it secret? Words blurred in her frenzy. It cut at 90 seconds. The next, half an hour later, shifted tones. Accusations of deceit and orchestration to humiliate them. Selfish echoed thrice in 2 minutes. I erased both, scanned messages. Ryan fired off 12 in 30 minutes. Early ones, WTF and this real, lengthened progressively. Why orchestrate if planning to yank support? Why pretend others covered when it was me? The final displayed the summary with the total circled and triple question marks. $56,780 across 2.5 years. I'd invested that to sustain them, yet they deemed me selfish for skipping a laptop purchase. Phone face down, I booted my laptop. The recurring payments dashboard loaded, listing all 14. Utilities, water, broadband, dual mobiles, Karen's vehicle policy, Ryan's health plan, landlord rent, all debiting my account variably. I scheduled terminations at cycle ends, most in 4 weeks, some 5. I wasn't cruel but irreversible. Each confirmation prompted, sure, yes, terminate, service ceases, jaw clenched by the finale. Dusk fell. I nibbled a lackluster meal at the counter, then drafted an email. Ceasing financial aid post-current cycles, contact providers for setups, attached spreadsheet with IDs and dates. Factual, emotion-free. Proofread, corrected, sent sans regret, ignored persistent rings. Morning felt alien, like entering a parallel existence. Worked, met, emailed, mind adrift. Lunchtime from the lot, I dialed Tara. She answered on 2. I spilled it all in a rush. Covert funding, birthday clash, shared proofs, terminations, everything. Her attentive silence soothed. Post-rant, she paused. Declared my steps justified, overly generous given decades of mistreatment. Validation eased me. She asked the tally, spreadsheet open, we both hushed at the figure. More than a solid vehicle, annual housing atop prior savings. I chuckled first in days as she whistled profanely. Thanked her, entered invigorated. Shift ended, homeward bound, anticipating normalcy, yet it felt altered. Slipped into loungers, reheated remnants. A rap at the door. Peephole, Karen, mascara-streaked, hair disheveled. Gut dropped, but I cracked it inches, unmoving. Voice fracturing, she demanded how I could inflict this. Calmly, I said discuss after reviewing files and planning, not in distress. She inched forward, I held firm. Guilt barrage, family unites, can't desert. Irony burned after 20 years, selfish. Recalled the milkshake token, intolerant gift amid funding their existence. Cheeks flushed, but I shut gently mid-plea. Lock engaged, I leaned back, awaiting fades. Sat minutes post-departure, then bedded, phone muted. Fitful slumber replaying. 1 a.m. glow, Ryan ringing. Nearly skipped, but answered. Slurred, intoxicated ramble. Didn't know, thought Rick rent, Karen claimed Ryan utilities. They'd fabricated payers while I orchestrated. Revealed my 2.5-year role, breath-only silence. Sobbed regret for labels amid aid. Said talk sober, hung preemptively. Next dawn, browsed landlord site for contacts. Phoned headquarters Ray, Maple unit. Routed to Cynthia, explained cessation of informal aid. She verified professional queries on history. Lease solely Karen's, she'd arrange if delinquent. Thanked advance notice, noted my exit. 10-minute call, hands quivering hung. Lunch, sought family finance counselors. Dr. Lewis slotted 5 days out amid waits. Booked impulsively, forms in vehicle. Mere scheduling loosened chest, like acting, not reacting. Confirmation pinged. Address, prep docs. Afternoon, Karen's epic text. Lifelong sacrifices raising us solo, multi-jobs, forfeited youth for kids. Flipped to my ingratitude, abandoning kin. Read once, heated Tara, vent to void till dialogue ready, pocketed sans reply. Harsher volleys hourly, ignored. Spreadsheet, income, outlays sans theirs, safe savings. Revelatory, disheartening. Empowering potential comfort, sobering squandered stability. Could have built reserves, traveled, upgraded furnishings auto. Lived lean while they indulged spas tech. 2 days on, Ryan's voicemail, humbled genuine. Inquired Ray, pre-chaos investment pitch owned errors. Understood hesitance backed choice. Saved, no callback, rage raw, risked escalation. Cynthia rang workday. Karen visited, shocked at 4-month arrears. I'd bridged perceived versus actual. Buffer vanished. Proposed mediated liability clarification, equitable plan. Professional edged weariness with tricky lessees. Attended as observer, absolving finance. She comprehended, slotted week ahead for Karen's docs reality confrontation. Accepted invite formal, witnessed, unequivocal. 5 days post-book therapy. Modest downtown suite, neutral walls, stock art. Dr. Lewis, mid-40s, spectacled, soothing demeanor eased fast. Recounted all, label history, secret aid, birthday blow-up. Listened uninterrupted, diagnosed concealment as guilt avoidance amid duty. Taught broken record boundary, repeat serene phrase pushback-free. Felt validated ceasing self-care apologies vehicle-bound. Karen emailed transition month cover plea, job apps filed, adjustment time. Typed Lewis script parked. Empathized difficulty, decision firm, coordinate management. Verified firm yet kind, bagged phone, drove response-free. 4 days later, management meet. Stuffy room, coffee paper sent. Cynthia headed, hefty binder. Karen opposite, tissue dabbing pre-speech. Ryan corner slouched, diminished, leg bouncing childishly. Cynthia recited lease neutrally, real as ink. Flipped records, highlighted columns. 5 months arrears post my stop, plus current. Karen oscillated glares, tears, fury at us, awaiting error admission. Ryan fixated table, sleeve thread tugging, regressed to hiding behind her in crises. Cynthia stated plainly, 5 back, current, thence direct. No phantom benefactors. Post-speech, sniffles and hum only. Checkbook ready, penned $2,200 steady despite thumps. To company direct, not them. Slid to Cynthia. One-off bridge if plan signed today, utilities self-named week. She inspected, produced agreement, inputted. Karen lunged, Cynthia secured escrow side, binding, not casual vow. Face morphed, grasping, no handout. Shrieked insufficiency, begged extensions, labeled cruel post her, sacrifices. Trembled pointing figures burden. Cynthia cut mid, mask slip. Veteran of Dodgers, no nonsense. $2,200 plus structure ultrafair, evictions norm otherwise, rectify or face court. Ryan spoke first. Accept, manage. Glanced Karen weary debate. Shook head, penned as she objected. Deflated her. No alternatives. Watched signatures, relief pain blend as accountability dawned. Evening cook, group chat pings forgotten. Karen's novella to kin, desertion post-devotion. Dramatic selfish, unity please, anticipated. Pre-drafted mind to key relatives, known since youth, open-minded. Stated 2.5-year aid, now self-focus. Factual, neutral. Supportive neutrals trickled, empathy, resolution hopes. Privates checked welfare, valued sans mediation. Dismissed believers, transparency evident. Work-morn, desk line odd extension mid-report. Karen, startling, never office, no direct. Guilt loud, cubicle audible, main line transferred. Escalated, ignored work hour boundary. 30 seconds, rang, HR Ethan appeared. Reception flagged repeats. Briefed mortified, he noted file, pledged boundary enforcement, security if persisted. Official log, harassment, not drama. Ryan texted resume aid, warehouse hunt. Polite, practical sans guilt. Sent template, advised highlight dependability, eagerness. Concise, enabling self-help. Immediate thanks, no extras. Reality perhaps spurred effort over reliance. Karen voicemail Eve, near deleted but heard. Selfish, ungrateful 20-year hex. Lifelong raises, owed all, cruelty post-deeds. Wrath differed, labeled deflected, not absorbed. Lewis echoed, boundaries essential, not ego. Erased pre-end. No explanatory urge. Mere noise for denial. Junk drawer, spare house key since 17, emergency entries, feed, repair, check. Warm metal recalled obligations. Enveloped noted. Space for new norms, boundaries firm. Mailed grocery bound, clink, lid palm, lighter months. 2 days, Ryan rang timid, young like. Post-warehouse interview advice, voice upturning plea. Counsel honesty gaps, lessons, stability quest. Listened, queried, earnest. Maturity hint, bottom catalyzed. 10-minute job talk, hung neutral relation sans constant save. Days on, providers emailed transfers requested. Progress, bureaucracy week plus. Verified, cancellations firm, dates precise. Passwords randomized, manager secured, unauthorized restarts blocked. Each like added barrier, finances guarded. Sans deductions, balance novel, savings transfer tested growth. Second therapy, journal childhood selfish. Penned garage $90 to Ryan, 13 A's selfish non-tutor. 3 pages pattern, labeled possessing coveted funds, scores, time, not cruelty. Lewis scanned, queried definitions, weaponization. Vehicle, puzzle snap. Karen text 2 days, overdue utility pick, this your goal. $372 power, week due. Gut twist, conditioned guilt per Lewis. Drafted deleted thrice, closed unreplied. Shame heavy, no fix. Work focused, their crisis ignored. Cynthia afternoon mid-files. Karen sign plan despite blame. Voice season, doubted act. Slammed agreement, sign or evict. Done. Utilities week. Thanked pro, final mail post transfer. Account reflected $2,200 escrow. Verified, processed. Last check 2.5 years grip release. Mailed workout, melancholy freedom, door sealed. Ryan texted 4 days, warehouse pick, yellow vest, boots. Day 1 complete thumbs up. No asks complains. Zoom, matured, self-sustain, aged well. Replied pride, queried day. Feet ached, boss impressed. Texts job sans demands. Anger crack, not pardon seed. Mourn, Karen social vague. True family trials, sympathy bait sans name. 15 responses strength queries, hover reply expose, Lewis. No narrative duty. Muted feeds, informed new, others optional. Utilities confirmed days on, name off, build them. Energy, water, gas, net, waste, unwitting prior. Screenshotted new boundaries 2025. Proof ceased, dated. Old neighbor private, saw post, family check, appreciated discretion. Brief, aided, now self-prioritize. Neutral, no selfish/secrets. Understood, wished well. Self-care nod, family or not. Auto-saving $60 by paycheck. Weeks grew 900 to 1,000 to 1,200. Modest, monumental mine. App check, pride swell. Thank you for watching my story. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe and press the bell icon. Stay tuned for more real-life stories, get more experiences.